So, I mean, when we look here, the MVP makes sense because MVP is again what really you can deliver as a minimum value uh, to remain in relevance with what is actually being desired as a desired outcome of the project. That's right, but that's something that would be there by default, right? That would not really come as an outcome of a conversation related to not meeting the critical business demands. I mean,
Well, let's
you have a product.
shall we read the question together? I'll also, can you make the font a little more bigger for audience benefit?
Yeah.
Let's make it more bigger. Yeah, good. Thanks for doing it. Let's read the question together. A project manager is overseeing a project with an extremely tight schedule. Overseeing tight schedule. During a meeting, the project manager, the project stakeholders express concerns about the project's ability to meet critical business demands. Express concerns about the project's ability to meet. Ability, whom you are pointing? They're pointing people, time, money, critical business demands. They couldn't meet. Okay. Okay. The last line. What should the project manager do in response to these concerns? Okay. Okay. People are not happy, doubting. Okay. There is a doubt here. For the doubt, what is your response? Response. Okay. 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 Before I jump down, let's see the question again. What is the take here from the people from this question? Who is being targeted here?
Project manager.
Project manager is targeted. Very good. What is the situation of the project? Is it shows? Is it mild, moderate, or it could be a showstopper?
Showstopper because it talks about extremely tight schedule, right?
That is a showstopper word. Any other word here?
I mean, the showstopper is not being meeting the critical business demands.
Okay.
Concern about the project's ability to meet. So there is a concern in that.
Stakeholders express concern about project ability to meet critical business demands. So it looked like a showstopper, right? It looked like a showstopper. When I say showstopper, what I mean is a powerful stakeholder or important stakeholder going to say that enough is enough, kind of stop. So we don't want anything right now. Stop the project. Can this happen? I believe we are on that edge of something getting stopped. We are in the state of that. Let's imagine there is a project happening, 75% completed. At this point, stakeholders are saying concern, this is not what I want, or this is not the way it is going. And they're saying critical business demand. If this critical work is not delivered, my contract may be cancelled, or the customer will lose the benefit of going to the market, winning business. Something going to happen. The question is, what should the manager do in response to these concerns? When they use the word response, should I observe or understand that this manager understood the problem of the stakeholder? Can I say that this guy understood or yet to understand?
He understood the problem.
Yeah.
He understood.
Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. So the understanding here is this manager has already understood the problem. That's what you're thinking. Okay, then let's keep it that way. Let's go to the answers here. Let's start using elimination technique. Okay. Tell me which one answer looks pathetically wrong. We can pull it out.
Revise the project scope.
Okay, which one it is?
The first one.
Work with the sponsor to revise the project scope to address stakeholder concerns. Okay, looks so much away from the thing. Okay, remove out. Okay, one gone out. Let's have three. With the three, we'll go.
Question
Okay.
that the stakeholder assurance that everything is on track and it will meet the business demands anyways.
Is it a positive note? We should talk like that, right? Positively, make them feel good.
not
We
false
need to
positives, right?
we need to show the work also, right? We need to show what is going on, not just assure them. That is also not a viable option.
We should tell that, come on, guys, cool, guys, cool. Can we use those kind of words?
No.
Cool, it'll happen. Huh? Be relaxed. Everything will be good tomorrow. Huh? Every day the sunlight will come. Be happy. Kind of. It won't work like that. Okay. So let's go to the point here. Why answer B looks good for team members here? If somebody chose B.
I also chose actually this one only. My this thinking was like we should keep them updated of even though we are working on a very tight schedule, but we are on track. So your concerns that we will not be able to meet the critical business demands, we will be able to do that. So it's a reassurance by giving a constant communication and telling them that we are following with the schedule and we will deliver.
Hmm. Hmm.
Not every time there is a tight schedule or timeline, and the business has expressed concerns, you should go back to him every now and then and nudge him with all the updates and schedules. Ideally, it should be the way that you finish what is committed and delivered, and that's the way you should be thinking it out now. I chose the last one because the base core purpose here is to meet the critical business demand. So what makes a business critical demand is what is possible in that amount, the MVP. If we can satisfy and do that, then rest of them will fall in line, and his concern will go up. Then you are free on you. He is off your back. You can keep on delivering what is set for the purpose of the project. So that's my practical thought process again.
Yeah, I see that. But where I'm trying to find the difficulty to connect is when they say extremely tight schedule, what makes us to update the schedule? From where you got this a change order? What do you mean by update? Are you adding more time, reducing the time? What we are doing there?
Like if you are really on tight schedule, the only way you can mitigate that is to add additional resources to deliver that in the time or alter the scope if you really want to achieve this some outcome with the current set of resources that you have. So either you have to alter the resources, add resources, or alter the scope. Those seems to be the two possible or feasible options here.
But that could happen. I'm not denying that could happen. But did we had a conversation with the stakeholders? What is important for them right now? Or at least do we know what to be done? You can change the timeline. Maybe you're going to reduce, already you're extremely tight. Are you going to reduce the time further?
No, we may add more resources, right? Not decrease the time.
You're telling update the schedule. When they say update the schedule, from where it comes? Update schedule, either you have to reduce or increase. Increase comes with the budget. Decrease going to create further problem.
Right.
So either you go further into trouble, or by adding, you should have approval from them. Imagine you're adding, let's imagine you're adding 2 weeks of time. And you're telling that, hey, stakeholder, I need 2 more weeks. Give me some more money. Already they are worried, expressing the concern to stop the project. Let's imagine like that. Now, if you're going to say, I'm going to add, the first question is why you want to add a time. And you're going to tell that if I add time and people inside this, or no time addition, only people inside this. Now, whatever it is, you have to talk to them. When you talk to them, they tell, I'm fine you're adding people. I'm fine you're adding time. But are you aware what is important for me at this point of time? Can you at least address that deliverable as important one? Do you think a stakeholder will question this point? Because the MVP comes out, don't think it's always agile. Sometimes MVP will trick you in your brain. MVP is not a concept just came because of agile. It is even before that it was there. Right. So now, but MVP is helping us a little more better here. Meet with the project team and stakeholders to identify the minimum viable product. Now, question is, I'm not going to add time. I'm not going to reduce time. I'm not going to add more money. First, did you talk to them what is important to deliver? can we at least close within this extremely tight time, at least those parameters? Imagine your stakeholder said that December 24 is the last date. And you're telling that, can you give some more date? They said, no, that's a date. Now, at least you can sit and talk to them. If December 24 is the last date, okay, I know that's a date. I have 23 days more with me. In this 23 days, what all you feel should be done for you? Definitely a stakeholder will be unhappy. What the hell, man? You're coming and asking me last 20 days. Okay, at least you came now. Give me this by 23rd of December. And after 23rd of December, you deliver it, chances are we may extend the contract. I'll give you another set of another 2 months if you can do this properly. Can we at least do that kind of conversation? And if you see the answer C, there is not a conclusion. Look at the answer. Meet with the project team and stakeholders to identify. That's it. It's not the conclusion. By identifying, will you solve the problem? We don't know. We really don't know. While identifying only, you will come to know for the answer B. Your answer B can happen after answer C. When you do answer C, you may discuss with them what it is, what is happening there. In fact, it should have happened earlier stage. Maybe it's happening the last day. But B, the tricky part is, how can I update the schedule without knowing or discussing with my stakeholders? That's why you get into trouble. Okay, let's read the justification also. The project manager must address the stakeholders' concerns about the project's ability to meet critical business demands. Defining the minimum viable product could give the stakeholder an overview of the business value it will deliver within the timeline. By focusing on delivering the MVP first, the project team can increase it. See, that's what I'm saying. The project team can increase the chances of meeting critical business requirements even with a tight schedule. Meeting with the project team and stakeholder promotes collaboration, align priorities, ensure project. Okay, all this Gyan session. The project, the other opinion options are incorrect because they do not appropriately address. Let's see what they're giving for answer B. Where they're explaining answer B. Updating the schedule and communication plan does not directly address the stakeholders' concern. Updating the schedule and communication plan may or may not be necessary and can only be determined once the MVP is identified. Okay. As I said, as you go for the C, then you go for B. That's how it goes. Let me come back to the question again. I know some of you are feeling very strong with the answer B. You can even use the word Shri. Practically, this is what I'll do. Okay. But let me put the tricky part of it. When you are extremely tight, how can you add a time or how can you reduce time? Let's talk by practical itself. What you will do there? By adding more people, you get more time.
No, my process was like, we don't have to, for example, only go for the MVP, but deliver the whole product. But we can communicate to the stakeholders that we'll take this much of extra time. So we'll update the schedule and we'll update the communication plan. We'll keep them updated. That give us a week extra and we'll complete it, not only go
Nice.
for the MVP.
Nice to know. And I like the part, but okay, I'm a bit worried that directly adding time, they will not be happy,
No,
stakeholders.
not always time. Like maybe we can have resources also. No, it does not only state that we have to add time only. No, we'll add crash the schedule.
Yeah, I see your point. But unfortunately, this answer is so straight. That's why I'm worried. Without any discussion, we're just adding the time. And that I doubt stakeholder will be
Because
happy.
discussions will also need time, right?
See, when
Discussion.
they say update schedule, it is talking your critical path getting extended. Are
Hmm.
you realizing that? See,
Yeah.
we're talking about critical business demand. Okay, it's a CPM. CPM, you are going to expand the CPM. It's not that easy. You're going to change your baseline. And when you touch your baseline, stakeholders will be totally pissed off. They'll say, man, what the hell you guys are doing? And do you think answer C, they'll be happy? They will use all the F word.
So yeah,
When you go,
that is why it's like choosing between two scenarios. Still
yeah. See,
unhappy.
extremely tight could be, let's imagine a metro construction work. A project is a plan to close by 2026 November. Now I'm realizing extremely tight. Is it possible? Possible, right? I can realize now itself. For 2026, now itself, I'll tell it's getting tight. Or there is a project should be delivered on 23rd of December this month. That also shows a tight. Tight doesn't mean very close. Even far away, it's also there. But even C, they won't be happy. If you go and talk to them, guys, can you talk MVP? What the hell, man? You're talking right now.
No, but
They'll,
like
they'll be
in the
not happy.
same example that you're taking, why do we have to go for the MVP? Because if you're talking about the metro train, we can't have half the train running, right, on half
Yeah,
a
yeah.
track.
Yeah, true. When you say MVP, for that train to go for certain distance, what all makes it to run? I will talk about it. Because I planned something till 2026 in November to have some escalators, have
Like an
some
entire route.
shops. I planned many things. Then I talked to them, guys, the way it is going, I want to re-talk about our MVP for November 2026. We will have platform, we will have a train system, we have a in and out, we have a fire exit. Shall we go with this MVP and come with escalators as a second stuff? I am sure the stakeholders not happy, going to use all efforts, but that's better than straight away going and updating a schedule, isn't it?
And saying that we'll deliver the entire thing if we just increase the schedule.
Yeah, but who approve you to do the addition of schedule?
Okay.
They say, "No, come on, man. You will tell that
Shri,
you will tell the Excel sheet I have rights I added. You will have rights of Excel sheet. Did you talk to me? They'll ask you, right?
But we are also communicating to them, right? We are updating the
When you are
communication.
communicating after changing. You change a
Okay.
marriage date, and you're announcing marriage date has been changed. I said, what the hell, man? You didn't talk to me at all. So
Okay. Yeah, I
that's
get it.
important.
Now I get
That's
it.
important, right? That's where the problem is. But both the answer, not a happy answer. Honestly, not a happy answer. But already you're in shit. You're in trouble. Look at the way
Now,
execute it. Already you're in trouble.
yeah. So I agree with you now that you're stating that as a PM, we will not have the authority to change the schedule, right?
That's
And
tough. That too, when you say critical business
and it's a
demands or
critical thing. So this is the
PPM.
where I'm having the trouble. If this is closed, I'll bring up my question that I wanted to
Hmm. Hmm.
discuss. Can the
Okay.
person who's sharing?
Before jumping the question, did everyone got the answer for this question? At least some thought process
yeah,
triggered for
yes,
you.
Shri. So Nagaraj here. Shri, actually,
Ah,
according to me, I did correct actually in this. I use the elimination technique. So
ah,
just I want to correct it myself if I did the wrong or not, because I use the elimination technique, then I correct, like I chosen the MVP answer.
ah,
According to me, there is in the question actually tight schedule and one and one more is meet critical business demands.
ah.
So I kept in that mind that at least we can deliver the minimum viable product by to meet with the project team and stakeholders. That's why I chosen
True,
that
true.
answer.
Good.
Correct?